Hello guys and welcome to another Mad Chili video. Now today we're playing Diesel Railcar Simulator. Now before we get started I want to address something really with this mod. Now this is the third time I'm trying to do this video. So again, if you guys see this, it means this solution has worked. So this scenario I've tried to do and I ran into a problem at the same signal at the central station. So I said to the map author, I said, oh, this isn't working, and you can see within a couple of hours they got back, so very good. And they fixed it and went to the video again, did take a different route through the central station, still ended up at the same signal, still got stuck. However, this time again, very quickly, they got back to me and said they fixed it, and just to make sure, they've gone through it in game to make sure that it works rather than just simulating the scenario. So that means we should be good. And thank you to the developer, if you ever see this, thank you for working so hard on this scenario to get it to work, because it's just one scenario, it's one person, one scenario, and they've managed to fix it, so that's cool. You can see they've done a couple of updates in the last couple of days, so that's cool. So we're going to test it out, and again, if you guys are seeing this video, it means that the problem with the signals has likely been resolved. So let's get back into the game and start. So I'm already loaded in here. Now, the actual scenario itself, we're taking a Class 37 in British Rail blue livery from Dulwich to Riverview Yard with some newspaper cars. Now, the plan, we're going to drive to the central station, wait at the central station for a couple of minutes waiting for traffic to move around us. Hopefully, after leaving the central station, we will not get stuck. Fingers crossed. And then from there, I haven't actually got that far in the scenario, so I have no idea what happens. But anyway, also all the camera controls have been updated in Diesel Railcar Sim, so I have had to spend a couple of minutes fiddling around with those, which did actually ruin the first video. The second video was okay though, so it was kind of good in the end. Got back used to the game because there's been a lot of updates. So anyway, let's get into the game, and also sorry for the lack of videos lately, I just haven't had time, and this one I've tried to record, this is now the third attempt, so let's get on with it. So, inside the cab of the Class 37, get the cabin on, and then the engine started, reverse her into the forward position, and release the handbrake. Now also, when we're waiting at signals for an extended period of time, I'm going to pause the recording, because sometimes the waits at signals can get really long, and I'd rather you guys had a bit of a short video of just driving. You know, if we're only waiting at a signal for 30 seconds, I'll leave it, but if it's any longer than that, I'll probably pause it. Because I don't want to waste you guys' time. It's already going to be quite a long video, because it's a 42-minute scenario, this one. So we're just waiting to depart, we've got 40 seconds to wait. Also, this scenario is set during British Rail blue livery kind of times, and on top of that, we also have, it's also set during the evening, and that means the signals light up. I'm not sure whether that's a new update or whether it's because of the night, but I think this game looks really cool at night. It does get a bit laggy around the central station though, because of the amount of traffic in this scenario, but it's not too bad. And then after the central station, again, I have actually no idea what happens, because I haven't got that far as of yet. Anyway, 8:45, approaching departure time now. On the first go at this scenario, I got stuck at a signal just leaving here, waiting for a commuter service. On the second occasion, I didn't get stuck, and it meant I was 5 minutes early, so I had to wait even longer in the central station. So, shows the randomness of Diesel Railcar Sim. Obviously, the scenario was changed in between those two times, so it could have been that, but the scenarios are configured to be slightly random. So the timetable's all stay the same, but every now and again you might get a train that's running late or running early, or the signaller decides to put you first, or whatever. And which always makes it a little bit fun. So, getting up to 25 out of Dulwich here. Now the signal that was red usually is the one just after the 50-mile-an-hour limit. That was the one that was red last time. And you can see it is red once again, because we have the AWS alarm. So I think we need to start stopping for that. It's actually this signal here, so we're going to have to sit here for a little bit. I have stopped slightly too early, so I'm just going to... Oh, it's gone green now anyway, so we didn't have to wait too long. So think what it was in the previous video, the first video, which you guys never saw, okay. Yeah, in the first video, that train there was a train that went through the station just as I was starting the video, and I think that one must have been running late. Anyway, we're going now. Going up a hill, so it's quite difficult to restart. I mean, it's quite a powerful train, the Class 37, but still not quite enough for this sort of thing, maybe, going uphill with quite a few newspaper cars, because I believe there are actually newspapers in them. I mean, obviously, this is just funny, because I feel like I've done the same thing about 1,000 times. This is the third time I'm doing this bit of the scenario. And then, yeah, hopefully once we get to Central Station, it'll all be good, and I won't get stuck. That's the plan. Anyway, right, up to 50 miles an hour now. We'll hope for some green signals along the way now. Now, Valley Divide isn't actually a station, that's just an area, and then Widbrook is a station that we're passing through. And there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, by the way. I do like it when it is Railcar Sim. I don't play it too often, but when I do enjoy it. Right, heading up to 50 miles an hour now. Green signal up ahead, hopefully. It said it was green, yep. And then the one after that, we need to see, because I think we can just see it in the distance, and it's red, look. That signal over there. So we'll be preparing to slow down for that, if it stays that way. We can also see it from the little preemptive signal. Now, this one isn't usually... This one actually is sometimes red, but not usually. From what I remember, I don't think it's usually red, so... That could be because of the commuter service ahead, which is very possible. That service we saw ahead, so you can see it's just gone green now, because there was a very large gap between signals after this one, so we have to wait for the other train to clear the block before we're allowed into it. But now we are good, and I think we should be able to go straight up to 75 here, without hitting 50, because the 75 limit is coming up soon. Blow horn across the level crossing as he meant to. And then since we've got a bit of time, because the next signal is green. Always nice. The sounds in this game are really good. One of the best parts of this game. See that green signal? So we'll probably be a couple of minutes early at Valley Divide, but we'll lose all of that in the central station just waiting. We will have to sit and wait for a little bit, I'd imagine. Yeah, the Class 37 is one of my favourites in this game. There is actually one mod that I've downloaded that utilises a Class 35 mod on one of the default routes, and it looks like a really cool little train, so I think we'll have to give that a go in another video. Is good. And you can see there's Valley Divide coming up, so we are a little bit early, which I expected. No problem with that. And hopefully the next signal is also green. You can see by that there, it is green, the next signal. Valley Divide, which is, I always thought, I don't know why this is here really, because it isn't a station, so it doesn't like, it's not like it needs to be there, but it is a point on the route for some reason, so that's about it. I'm about 4 minutes early, so pretty early. We'll have to that just means we'll have to wait longer at Central Station though. Really. But only registered 3 minutes. I think it's because it was right on the edge. Oh, I need to start slowing down here. I'm breaking the speed limit. Put the brakes on a little bit, there we go. And the next signal is red, is it? Okay. Let's start slowing down. This could be, I think this is just to change the, from what I remember, this is just to change the points rather than a proper red signal. But again, the scenario's been updated since I've last done it. So the chances are that some things could be different. I can't actually see this this signal until I get a bit closer, so I don't actually know what we're doing quite yet. So I'm just going to have to continue presuming that this is on a red signal. Because often the signal, there you go, you can see it's gone green. So that was just to get us slowed down for something. Or possibly for the commuter train ahead. But I've seen it's on green, so we can keep going. The next signal is red. Oh, and actually the next signal's just gone green as well, so that's good. So speeding back up now. Next pass point is Widbrook, and then shortly after that is Central Yard. And then we'll probably be sitting around in the central station for about 6 or 7 minutes, so I'll cut that out of the video. If you guys would like it left in future videos as well, just comment down below. I just assume that instead of, rather than sitting in a station for 7 minutes, I'd rather you guys just have a 7-minute shorter video. Save time. So cut that bit out. And then Widbrook is the next station. And then there's I thought there was 2 signals within quite quick succession after there. I can't quite remember. Again, I mean, I'm actually starting to learn this route now because of the fact that I've done this route so many times now. And you can see there. So typically these are red, and then that one goes green, and then that one goes green shortly after. That's what's been happening other times. Start slowing down. This is just so that the signaller can change the points for us to go into the central yard. I can see some that might be just light effect, but that could be coming off an AI train. I think it is. So we might have to wait for a train actually. Yeah, because this signal hasn't gone green just yet. Usually it goes green by now. But like that train that I thought I saw, I can't now see. Okay, well it looks like we'll have to wait here for a little bit. We were 4 minutes early passing Widbrook, so we're not in any rush. Yeah, I haven't had to wait here before, so this is a new addition. Oh, it's just gone green now, but that's slightly different than what I've had before. This train doesn't like getting going after releasing the brakes. Even though the brake pressure is all 0%, it seems to take a bit longer than that to get going. And the next signal is of course red as well, I think. So we'll have to slow down for that one as well. Although there is a train coming now, definitely. That's a train. Yep. There it is, a train. An AI train. Also, I've only just remembered, I'm pretty sure Bus Simulator 21 comes out tomorrow. The new edition in the series. It went Bus Simulator 16, then 18, and then 21, I believe, is out tomorrow. So I was planning on getting that. Or maybe it's 2 days. So today is the 6th of September. I think it's out on the 7th of September. Yeah, I'm waiting here a bit longer than usual. I'm just expecting the signal to change the points. But we just need to wait for a little bit. By the looks of it. Yeah, I think we'll have to wait here a little bit. That's a new one. Remember, we are early though. Right, so we're waiting for a train. That's one of the express trains, that is. So we're waiting for that to pass through the area. Can't see a train anywhere near here. So I think it could have been that train, but I believe it's already passed through a signal. Oh, it was that train. So that one there, because we're so early, I had to wait for it, which I wouldn't normally have to do. But it hadn't passed through the next block yet, so the block was still reserved. Although, again, because this is like olden times, I'm not totally... and these signaller boxes are controlled by signallers. Well, they would have been. Obviously not in the game. But, like, I would imagine that there is some kind of system. Like, obviously, the signaller can see that the train's gone by, he can let me go. Or that they can let me go. Like, obviously. I don't know, I guess this game can't simulate that. It's better, but in games, it's a lot easier to simulate it in blocks like it is in real life currently. Next signal is green. Good news, I suppose. We'll only be speeding up to 60 though, because that's where the next speed limit is, and then in this game you get bonus points for being energy efficient, so I'm obviously going to try to do that if I can. There's a parked up class 37 with some coal wagons, quite a lot of coal wagons actually, more than I expected. And then I'm going to idle the throttle here because we actually need to slow down for a 35-mile-an-hour limit up here. Go slowing down. And then the next signal, because at the moment, you can see the next signal's red, so... that means we need to... well, at the moment, that was actually just for a 35-mile-an-hour limit. Chances are we will have to wait, though, a little bit. And around the central station, definitely, we'll probably have to wait. Because the central station's just there, we're not meant to be there for 12 minutes. So that indicates that we are going to have a wait for some period of time. And we'll probably have to wait here by the looks of it, because these signals aren't going green just yet. I think I did have to wait here on the second occasion of this scenario. And this train stops really slowly when it gets down to the really low speed, so you've got to watch that. There we go, we're going to stop there. Oh, I left the throttle at 50%. Oops. I'm amazed the braking was working. Not great either, because that probably cost us some fuel efficiency. Right, we're waiting for a train heading back the other way now towards Dulwich, and you can see it's very, very full all round here. All completely full. I think we're waiting... which train are we waiting for? The one we're waiting for should have a green signal. However, at the moment, all the signals in this direction are red. So that's not promising. So what we'll do, I'll pause the video here. I expect to be waiting a good couple of minutes. Probably about 5 minutes. So I'll pause the video, and I'll go and do a bit of train spotting, I suppose. If you guys would like me to leave this in future videos on Diesel Railcar Sim, please comment down below. But for now, I'm going to pause it just to save some time for you guys. So, here is the train we've been waiting for, departing. I had to wait for this train last time, so not so much has changed in the scenario this way. Hopefully, so this is the moment of truth after this station, whether we get stuck. But this is the train that we're waiting for, so as soon as it leaves the station, we can get going over some can see by the time I've been sitting here about 7 or 8 minutes. Not a lot has gone on. I've just been kind of looking at the trains in the area and waiting out for this one. And then as soon as this one obviously goes past us, that means that our line is clear and we can depart. So you can see it's coming through now, out of the central station. It has to pass its signal somewhere further down there. And then as soon as the track is clear, we can go. So out it goes. You can see we're about 4 minutes early still, so we might be held in the central station for just a little bit. It's still possible. Don't quite know yet. There you go. There's the train gone. So the signal should change to green now, any moment now, probably 20 seconds or so. And then we should be clear. If not, that means that wasn't the train we were meant to wait for. It's going in the correct direction though. That's towards Dulwich, or we've just come from Dulwich. So yeah, that train. There you go. You can see the train's gone through its signal further down there, and we're now clear to go, which is good because we have been sitting there for quite a while. And we'll be a few minutes early still, although it is very possible that we'll have to wait a little bit longer again, depending on what happens. Now, so originally this service routed this way, and then on the second version of this scenario, it routed around the outside of the station that way, so we've gone back to going this way, so that confirms that this is a different scenario to the one I've played the last 2 times. In fact, actually, we're going for the middle track. So another new approach, rather than that one or that one, it's the middle one. So it changes every time, it seems, in order to try and get the best path find through here. Now, I've got a green signal confirmed up ahead, but we've got a red signal at the end of the platform, so we will be waiting. Now, I have noticed the central station hasn't popped up on here, and we're going through it, which is a bit weird. It should have, this is the central station, and it's not on our map, so hopefully the mini-map hasn't bugged out. You can see there you go, it's just registered actually, so even though it's not on our mini-map, 2 minutes early. So we're a little bit early, but I think the chances are we'll have to sit here now for another 2 or 3 minutes. Now, I haven't had to wait here previously. I've always been allowed straight out of the station, and then I had to wait upon leaving it, and that's where it's broken, so positive signs. And you can see that signal's gone green, look. That was the signal we were having issues with previously. Or a signal in that area anyway, and it's green, so hopefully that means positive. But Highcliffe Down Fast is just there, and we're not meant to be there for another 7 minutes, so that implies we have got a little bit more waiting to do. But that signal's green anyway, which is good. You can see we're probably waiting for that train to depart, and then we'll be allowed to go. Now, the issue with this scenario before was that the game always tries to let passenger services go ahead, but I was blocking the entire line out of the central station, and that meant these two were blocked in, couldn't get by, the game broke. But now I'm on this platform, those trains are not blocked in, meaning they can get out and then I can go. So that's the idea, and if that happens, that means that this scenario, I think, has successfully worked. So, and I will be telling the game developer, and I'll be like, thank you for the quick fixes here. Has that train just spawned in over there? I'm pretty sure it did. I noticed that green signal there is flashing all the time. Maybe something a bit weird's going on with it. Actually, that train over there has a green signal as well, so it's possible we'll have to wait for that one. So I'm going to pause the recording once again. Well, I thought we'd have to wait for that train because it's got a green signal, but we've got one too, so we're obviously going somewhere slightly different. And we're off. Well, once the brake's released, that is, anyway, we're off. There we go. I think the brakes were just releasing. But we actually should be a couple of minutes early, I think, unless we get stuck again. We didn't have to wait there very long at all, so I didn't really have to pause it. I was expecting to have to wait for that other train as well. But, and this is, the signal up here was the one we kept getting stuck at. This one here. But this time I've been taking it. Yeah, in fact we're avoiding the signal, look, we're avoiding the signal. So that was the signal that was causing me so many issues. We're going straight past it, so I think this scenario has worked, which is very good. Thank you to the developer of this map add-on. I think it's like 44TZL or something. I think that's their Steam name. That's the developer name. So I think that whoever it is, very, very good job on this, because we have a green signal and we're out at the central station. We're free. I don't know why the AWS has gone off. Oh, this one's green, but the next one's red. But we're free. So that is really positive. That means, I think, we are successfully on our way now. We're past the central station, like we wanted. I'm going to ease off the throttle now, because we're going to have to brake up here. Quickly though, quick screenshot. Just to prove that we've got past the central station. And then we have to start slowing down again now for this, for Highcliffe Station. We might have to give another passenger train priority, I don't know. It's probably the case. The AWS once again reminding us that we have a red signal up ahead, but all these signals are red, so it's possible that just about the signal are routing us properly. We're still a couple of minutes early, so all depends. So here we are slowing down. Properly start slowing down now. There we go, we've stopped. And we should get a message. We're waiting for the... Oh, it's the same train again. I know what it is. That train we were waiting for will be stopped at Highcliffe Station. In fact, it's just left Highcliffe Station, look. And it's cleared the signal block, so we can go. So we're just stuck behind a commuter train now for a little bit. But we're still a good few minutes early. We passed Highcliffe down fast, nice and early. And then we'll probably be passing Highcliffe as well pretty early. And then we're closing in on Riverview then, look. And that's the end of the scenario, so... that's good. But so we will be stuck behind this commuter train for a little bit now, I think. It'll be a bit sort of stop-start while we wait. So we'll probably just sort of cruise at about 30 miles an hour and hope that the signal will go green. Probably actually 25, I think that'll be enough. Because remember, you get rewarded for energy saving in this game, so I don't want too much acceleration if it's unnecessary, and we're just going to have to stop again. Because obviously, if we're waiting for a train, then that means that we actually probably could just go so slowly that the train can get out the block, and then we don't have to wait for it anymore. In fact, the signal is still red, actually, but there is quite a bit of gap to the next signal, so we have to wait for the train to go past that before we can go again. Oh, just gone green. So off we go, and you can see about 3 minutes early, so pretty good. Pleased with that. 21:19, look, 21:16 almost, so yeah, 3 minutes early. Very good. Hopefully we can continue that with us then. Although we have got that commuter train to deal with that seems to be blocking our way a little bit. But no problem. And after Riverview, I think it is actually the Riverview Yard, which is where we finish our journey. Nice little journey as well. There's Riverview, look. And we might have to wait here a little bit actually at this next signal, because the train ahead of us is probably going to stop at Riverview Station, and that will waste more time. Yeah, red signal confirmed up ahead. It's going to take us so long to get there, though. I think it might be green by the time we get there. Time to start slowing down now for this signal again. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Do be sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed, of course. And near the end of this little fun trip now. Just kind of waiting for the signals now. That's kind of what we're doing. Signal up ahead after Riverview is green, so we just need to wait for this one. Which implies that the train ahead has cleared it, so it could be a signalling thing we're waiting for now. Or maybe another train to let by, who knows. We're a couple of minutes early, so that's probably why we're having these little waits here and there. Right, we'll just sit here now. We're a little bit far back from the signal, but that should be fine. Just need to get a message from the signaller. You can see Harbour to Raleigh, it's the same train that we're waiting for, the one we've been waiting for the whole time. We can see it's probably just left. There we go, that's it in the distance. Look, so our signal should be going green very shortly. So I'll power up the train to try and release the brakes a little bit. Yeah, it's gone green. I think that's the last we'll have to deal with it now, because we're heading into a yard rather than another station. The next signal after Riverview is apparently red though, so we might have to wait there too. All depends on how fast that other train is. I don't know what sort of train it is. Some trains in this game, like the Class 127, is really quick at accelerating, but some of them are really slow at accelerating. Also depends on how many carriages and things like that. Doesn't really matter though. I'm liking this game at night though, although I do feel like it should be a bit darker at 9:20. Maybe Diesel Railcar Sim, because again, I'm pretty sure this game is made mainly for daylight. Like, none of the default maps, like if you don't install mods to this game, I don't think you can play it at night. Unless you make your own timetables or install mods or whatever. It is very easy to make your own timetables. So it has to be in the game, but it's not something that's in by default. Oh, it's just gone green, the signal ahead, so that's good. Next signal's red as well. But this next signal now will probably be one for the signaller to change the points over to the yard. 2 minutes early still though, so no problem with following this slower train. We've still managed to keep time, which is very good. And we're basically nearing the end now of this trip. We've passed Riverview Station. All we need to do now is pull into Riverview Yard, and that's it then. And you can see there, Riverview track, and that's another example of how the game isn't really made for this kind of thing. This train's next service from Riverview begins at 24:27, which isn't a real time. Really, that should say 00:27. So. Yes. And then up this hill towards the Riverview Yard, it'll help us slow down this. Because we need to get down to 25 mile an hour for a speed limit. And you can see there now Riverview Yard has appeared on our little map. And we need to stop somewhere over there. Wherever that is. Nice to see we're a few minutes early though. Nice green signal. Parking next to that other Class 37 maybe? No idea. I honestly don't understand, like without the minimap or the target speed tutorial functions, I don't know how you'd know where to stop at a yard, because there's no like stop here markers like there is on a station. Maybe there is. I'll have a little look by where we parked to see if there's any obvious clue that we should be stopping. That class 37 looks like it's about ready to go. Now, in this game, actually, you can switch from one service to another without loading back to the menu. If you hit continue watching after you end, and then swap to a train by hitting, I think you have to, like, press certain buttons on the keyboard. I'm not sure what they are. I've forgotten. But you can switch between different services, and then drive them. Although I don't think you can specifically switch to a certain train. I think you have to just keep hitting the button until you get to the right train, which could take a while, because there's generally quite a few trains on the map at any one time. Especially with these mods. Like, these mods have a lot more services than I think were initially intended for the game. Now, is this where we're actually parking for good, or is this because of this red signal? I don't think this is where we're parking for good somehow. I think we might have somewhere to go after this. Oh, never mind, it was. And 3 minutes early as well. So, we'll turn off the control panel. No, we'll keep it on actually, because I need to do the handbrake. Don't know how you shut down the engines. I don't actually know. Right, because you can start them, but how do you shut them down? Oh, I went to hit escape there to look at the timetable. Never mind. See, they're 3 minutes early in the end. Very good. You're kind of 2, 3, 4 minutes early the entire time, really. You can see there, we've got a very good score, actually. Almost 10,000. We've got minus 28% for the tutorials. But other than that, we didn't get any other issues, which was nice. I probably could get rid of the show station stopping time, and that would be 2% less. And I could probably get rid of repeat controls and gauges, and that would be another 4%. So we could get a bit more score doing that, but only 68.1% energy use, so we were very efficient there, which is nice. And there we go, that is it finished. That is the scenario finished. So after all that annoyance of trying to get this scenario done, I do finally do it. What's the late? I'm interested in what the latest scenario is you can do. I think it's this one. Ends at 22:25. So maybe it'd be interesting to do that and see how dark it gets. And then I also installed a mod on Westwards during the 70s because I want to drive to class 35. So I think we'll have to give that a go as well at some point during the. See, like that. That is a pretty weird looking model, actually. It's not the greatest looking model, but it's probably quite nice on the inside. Well, there's some long journeys. Look at that one. 144 minutes. Didn't realise that the map that actually comes with this game is really long, actually. There's one carrying coal there. Maybe we'll have to do that. That goes to a portal, though. I don't really like them when they go to a portal. Because it kind of ruins it a bit, I think. Having you do a good little journey, and it just ends at the end of the map. I kind of like to actually finish somewhere. But yeah, it seems like they do the semi-fast and the rural services. Doesn't look like it does any others. There's the odd coal service as well, but there's a lot of quite a lot in the way of scenarios on this one. It also uses the Rockport subway, because apparently the Class 205 is broken at the moment, I've heard. But this is another mod that someone's made that's apparently very high quality. So again, if you guys would like me to try any of this out, that's the Rockport subway there. But if any of you guys would like me to try any of this out, please do say down in the comments below. I think we will have to give some of this a go. Quite like the idea of it. I just like how many mods there are for this game now. There's a lot of mods that really improve this game. You know, they just not even improve it, they add new things. Make it more interesting. Which is always a nice thing. But anyway, thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.